We are back for another live watch along tonight. We have Inter Miami and Pumas to see if Inter Miami advances to the next round or the quarterfinals of the Leagues Cup, which 4 MLS teams and 4 Liga MX teams will advance to the next round. So it's good. There's a lot at stake tonight. A lot of at stake tonight. We'll see. I'm curious to see what Liga MX standings are too, because Tigres lost last night, if I'm not mistaken. I think they lost on penalties. Maybe they won. Did they beat LAFC? I watched the game. I was just so distracted with the Sun news. Let me check and see what their standings are real quick, because I'm curious about that. And by the way, I'm sorry I'm late. Let's see. Okay, Pumas is in 7th place. So there's a lot at stake for both clubs tonight. If Pumas wins, they will advance to the next round of Leagues Cup. If Inter Miami wins, they will advance to the next round of Leagues Cup. So there's a lot at stake tonight in this match. Huge match for both teams. Going to be an exciting game. Kenny says he hopes Pumas beats Miami. Got a lot of comments so far. Guys, before we start the show, before we get going, obviously want your predictions, but make sure you give the stream down below a like. Share with a friend. Let's grow the audience as much as we can. Big game tonight, Inter Miami versus Pumas. I originally wasn't going to do a live stream for this, like a watch along, but then I thought I hadn't done one in a couple days, a watch along, and there's a lot at stake with this match between Inter Miami and Pumas. So I figured we'd go ahead and do it, and there'll be a post-game recap as well. So make sure you like the stream down below, share with a friend, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We hit 8,500 subscribers this morning. We're just absolutely killing it right now with all the news going on in Major League Soccer, getting closer and closer to 9K. I know we're going to hit 10K pretty easily because of all the support you guys show this channel, which I appreciate very much. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We try to hit 9K by the end of this month. We still have, 23, 24 days to do that. Mr. Hi, Will. Mr. Appreciate you for always being on the streams with us, my friend. Hope you enjoy these as much as I do. Hellas Lucas says it's time. Gaither White says, let's go. Pumas funeral, neat. JKM says, crack goalkeeper. Para will start on the bench. So Keylor Navas is not playing in this match tonight, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure he got a red card in the last game. Let's see. Emiliano says another space. Yo, Pumas is winning. I know it. Facts. Gaither says, looking for a Suarez goal tonight. Now, we'll talk about that in a second. This game's going to start a little bit. The games are always delayed. They don't ever start on time. We'll talk about who is going to be an X factor, who needs to be an X factor tonight if Miami want to win this match. I'll get your guys' take on that, and I'll give you my take. Let's see. Sorry, turn this volume down. Masoik says, hope Miami beats Pumas. Miami 3-1. Eric says, yo, Will. Appreciate you for stopping by, Eric. Mr. says, Miami need Rodrigo de Paul to be Rodrigo de Paul again tonight. And also, too, I want to point this out. Maxi Falcone got a red card in the 20th minute of that match against Atlas. The 20th minute against, was it Atlas or was it? No, Necaxa, excuse me. He got a red card in the 20th minute of the game against Necaxa. That has been overturned because it was deemed not an actual foul, which we didn't think it was at the time anyway. It was a total BS, if you ask me. But the red card that was issued to Maxi Falcone in the Necaxa match has been rescinded, reversed, and I think he's available tonight. I have not looked at the starting 11. Let me look at that real quick. Let's see. See what the starting. Okay, so Maxi Falcone is playing tonight. Rodrigo de Paul is playing in the middle. They're still doing their 4-4-2. Rodrigo de Paul is going to play in the middle. I thought it looked a lot better when he played as more of a 10 in the Messi role in the previous game. They got Tadeo Allende, though, playing up top, and they have Yannick Bright playing in the midfield more as a right midfielder, which is a little interesting, I guess. This will be, I like Tadeo Allende playing up top anyways better, so we'll see how that goes. But I want to get your guys' opinion. What is the score of this game going to be tonight? Who is going to win? Is Inter Miami or Pumas going to win this game? What is your score prediction? Both teams need to win this game if they want to advance to the next round of Leagues Cup. The Final Four from MLS, the Final Four from Liga MX. What is your score prediction for this match? Who do you have winning? It looks like we're about to kick off. Well, maybe not kick off, but we're getting closer and closer. The delays are always here in MLS. Delay. All right, let's see here. Kenny says he thinks it's going to be Pumas 3-2. Masoik says 2-2. Mr. says Miami 2-1. SPH says he thinks it's going to be 2-1 Pumas. Okay, if you have a draw, who wins on penalties? Because if it's a draw, someone has to win on penalties because that will dictate the 2 or 1 points. By the way, Inter Miami, I think they need a win if they want to guarantee they're going to be in. But if they get a draw, and they win on penalties, they'll have 7 points, which is really weird to say in soccer to have 7 points in 3 matches. Like, that you can get 2 points on the match. That's crazy. But if they get a draw and they win on penalties, I think they'll advance. Not guaranteed, but I feel pretty good about it. They really need to win this game. If they win this game, they're in. And honestly, the way the bracket is starting to fill out, like how it's going to look in the Final Four, because the first place Liga MX team is going to play the fourth place MLS team. As it stood, last time I checked, Inter Miami was going to play. Okay, so it's a 4-2-3-1. Okay, so the website that I was looking at was not accurate. So Rodrigo de Paul is going to play as a 10. Yannick Bright is going to play next to Sergio Busquets. Segovia on the left, de Paul in the middle, Allende on the right. That's interesting. But the way I looked at it earlier, if the final 8 were to start now, Inter Miami would face Suarez. And I think that's a very favorable match for them. I would rather play Suarez than Tigres or, a team like that. 100%. Got a couple other score predictions. Hellas Lucas says 3-3. Miami win on penalties. Zeus says 4-0 Miami. Masoik says Pumas doesn't have a good defense and their goalkeeper is out on a red card, Keylor Navas. So Miami should win on penalties. Mr. Mister says Miami would win on penalties. SPH says Miami wins on penalties. That's for sure. The 17-year-old. Angus says, hey, Will, 2-1 Miami tonight. I think that, I don't know. I just think Miami looked, before Maxi Falcone got that red card, they were looking like when Messi came off the pitch. This sounds weird to say out loud, but when Messi came off the pitch and Redondo came on and they moved Rodrigo de Paul as a 10, they actually looked pretty good. They scored that goal at Velasco Segovia. They looked a lot better. They looked pretty good. And then Falcone got that red card 10 minutes later. So we never really it was just a very weird game. We never really got to see Miami with this other starting 11 when Rodrigo de Paul was playing as a 10. So we'll see what happens when he plays as a 10 the full match. Hopefully Maxi Falcone does not make any stupid mistakes or decisions. Like, even though the last one was not his fault, hopefully he doesn't make any stupid decisions and get a red card and they play with 10 men. I'm very curious to see how this team plays. Now, I do think it's interesting that Yannick Bright is getting the start over Federico Redondo. Federico Redondo didn't have a good game last match against Necaxa. Yannick Bright came in the second half. I'll be very curious to see how he looks in this match. Q Kenny says, Pumas, I have a feeling they would foul a lot. Fall River Card says, my money's on Miami not advancing. Interesting. Barry, a good friend of the show, says, why is Will looking different? How do I look different? What's wrong with me? Something wrong with me? I shaved my face. Maybe I'm looking younger, maybe. Mr. Mister says Miami need a Allende to actually show up tonight. Well, they need him to show up, but honestly, if he's just not bad, that would be a net positive. If he just doesn't look bad. He's been bad. Like, he's been hurting this team besides just helping them. If he could just stay neutral and not give the ball away, have some bad crosses, lose the ball in possession, heavy touches, this team would be much better tonight. Mick says, no why Miami will beat Pumas without Messi. I think he meant no way. You'd be surprised. They actually played pretty well without Messi. Not to say they're better without him. They just played pretty well without him. Have Hope says Zaddy moves Miami 2-0. That'd be okay. Let's talk about this. Let's move on to the next question here. Okay. Cringe says, hey Will, how's it going, Cringe? We need a strong game from Bright. He'll be a man marking Coco Carrasquilla. Who has to have the best match, or what player has to have a great match for Miami to win tonight? Who has to step up in place of Lionel Messi against Pumas if Inter Miami won't have a chance of winning? Who has to step up tonight? I have a player in mind, and I think you guys can guess who it is. I want to know who you guys think needs to step up tonight if Inter Miami want to have any chance of beating Pumas. Barry says the Snell. El Caracol. I don't even think he's playing right now. Kenny says all of them. Rios. Rocco's been pretty good lately, actually. Nick has picked my player. It needs to be Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez, La Tortuga himself, right, has been MIA the entire League's Cup. Now, I don't think he had a great game against Atlas, but it wasn't his worst game. The last match against Necaxa was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. He fell down inside the box while no one was covering him. No one was guarding him. No one was on him. He fell down his own accord. He just tripped, okay, which perfectly, I think, symbolizes or encapsulates his entire season at Inter Miami this year. But he falls down when no one's guarding him or covering him. And then he had the shot off the crossbar where he missed. He damn near missed the penalty to win them that match. Hit the crossbar and went in. But God, I thought he missed it at first. I think most of you guys thought he missed it in that game. So Luis Suarez has got to have an incredible game tonight. He has got to show up. He's got to have a game like he did against Palmeiras in the Club World Cup, where he had 2 assists in that game. He absolutely cooked in that game. Now, I think he needs to score, but he just needs to create chances. I mentioned this last stream. He only has 5 goals in league play this year. 5 goals. He is on pace to have one of his worst statistical seasons scoring goals in his career. Probably the worst since he was young, since he, like, I think got his start in the Eredivisie. I think it was Groningen was the first team he played for before he went to Ajax. I think this is his worst statistical season since then. He has to score goals. He has to create chances, or this team is absolutely finished. And here's the thing. Messi's out, which we talked about a little bit. Nothing too, we didn't touch on that too much, but he's out for probably about 2 weeks. They can win this game. Their next match will be in about 10 days, which would be almost 2 weeks since Messi was injured. So if they can win this match, Messi is very likely to be back for the round of 8, if you want to call it the round of 8. So I guess it's the knockout stage, honestly. So he'll be back. They just need one good game from La Tortuga. Will they get that? I don't know. Now, Allende obviously has a step up as well. He's been abysmal lately. Hell, lately, it's been the whole year outside the first couple games. He's been abysmal. So there is a lot of people, and someone made the joke about everyone needs to step up. I do agree with that to a certain extent. I will be curious to see what Rodrigo de Paul can do as a 10. That's not his traditional position, but we talked about how MLS is obviously a step down from La Liga. So if you're a good technical player in a higher end league like La Liga, and you're a box-to-box midfielder, you have the skill set and the capability of playing a Major League Soccer level game. We'll call it that because they are technically playing a Liga MX team, right? But you have the skill and the ability to play against a Liga MX team as a number 10. You just do. So we'll see what Rodrigo de Paul can do as a 10. My prediction for this game is I think it's going to be 2-1 Inter Miami. I think it's going to be a nail biter. And I think that if Keylor Navas was playing in this game, they probably would lose. If Keylor Navas was playing, they'd probably lose. Inter Miami have a lot of holes still. Like they definitely, a lot of people think that they have the best team in MLS, but they still have a lot of holes. Their back line's not very good. Their attack is not very good. And they're kind of just a one-man show. So they rely too much on Messi. They rely too much on him. So we'll see what happens. I have a 2-1 Inter Miami, and I think that Suarez has a decent game, and we are officially kicked off. Nick says this is Suarez's last year with Miami. Yeah, it probably is. Unless they sign Neymar, then he'll probably be back if they sign Neymar. Kenny says Miami only beat bad teams so far. I mean, I'm trying to think of who they. I mean, they beat Porto. Well, I guess they didn't beat Palmeiras. I wouldn't say they only beat bad teams, but they definitely struggle against good teams. Fabian says, "Hello, Miami 3-1. Hi, I'm from Chicago." Well, I appreciate you for stopping by on the stream, my friend. Have Hope says, "Actually, he had a horrid season for Nacional." Oh, I thought he scored like 10 goals in like 14 games though. Right before well, it wasn't right before the World Cup, but it was before he joined Gremio. Or was it before the World Cup? Maybe it was. Yeah, it was before the World Cup. It was like his lead up. Eric says, "Watch Griezmann have another shot season at Atletico, then coming to LAFC after Son." Oh, so you mean like Son and Griezmann play together at LAFC? Have Hope says, "In terms of goals, this is his worst season." I figured I thought it would be, honestly. I mean, this has gotta be one of his he's on I don't even know if he'll score he might score double digit Coco Garcia. Ooh, Miami's already looking shaky. I don't know if he'll score double-digit goals in MLS. I don't think he will, but he might score double-digit goals, or he might already have double-digit goals in just all competitions. Someone said earlier that Pumas' defense is really bad, but what they don't realize is that Miami's defense is really bad. So this is honestly a 50-50 match. Bobby says, "How did Pumas do in the Mexican League last season?" I don't think they were. I could be wrong, but I don't think they were that good. I can look it up real quick. Let me see. Pumas. Let's see. They were 10th in the Clausura season, and they were 4th in the Apertura season. I'm gonna look. Joe says, "Can I see the lineup?" Yeah, hold on one sec. Let's see. So we got Rocco, Wenget, Falcone, Lujan, Alba, Wright, DePaul, Busquets, Segovia, Allende, and Suarez. But it's good. This is says a 4-4-2, but it's really a 4-2-3-1. My mic's echoing. Let me see. I might be the game. Let me turn the volume down. Is that better? Maybe that'll be better. Let me turn it just a little bit. Maybe I can do a little bit. There we go. Let's see. Let's back up. So does that sound? Maybe it's because I'm turning my head. That should be better though. So for Pumas, got Martinez. Is it Ravel Cabah? Vitti, who's a former Vancouver player. Lopez, Peresquia, former Houston Dynamo player. Caicedo, Angulo, Duarte, Silva, is that Beneviendo, and Paul, who's playing for Keylor Navas. Okay, we should be good now. Let's see. Wade Flores says, "Hey, yo, Will, let's go Pumas." I think they could win. I really do. I love these. By the way, I love these kits. With Pumas, always got has some fire kits. Like the blue with the gold looks incredible, in my opinion. I think it looks absolutely amazing. And I've always liked the big Puma in the middle of the kit. Oh my God, pulled Tadio Yande down. It can be a yellow. Probably not. Let's see. True. Let's see. We had a couple other. We had someone spamming, just being annoying. Eric says, "I can see Griezmann leaving Atletico after a shit season for LAFC. Finally, I just don't think they really need him anymore. I don't think they need Griezmann anymore. I think now that they got Son, they can just. I mean, they have the global appeal. They just really need to sign the best players around him. I'll be curious to see if Denny Bouanga ends up staying at LAFC because him and Son play the same exact position. That's what I'm curious to see if Son plays, if he plays or where he plays for LAFC, and if they moved Denny Bouanga. And who else they had? They were hinting today that they have some more, or last night they were hinting that they have some more moves lined up. So I'll be curious to see what else that they have in the works. How have you guys enjoyed Leagues Cup so far? Would you say, because this is the final day. This is the final day of what you would call, I wouldn't call it the group stage. It's the seeding phase because all MLS teams are playing all Liga MX teams. Oh, nice play by Yannick Wright. Would you say that this season, that this Leagues Cup has been a success compared to last year? Like, is this format better than it was last season? SPH says Orlando is winning hard. I see that they're winning 1-0. Aether says MX's teams are always on the flat line, the physical and dirty. Wade says, so good. I have watched 3 to 4 games every day, which is cool. That's awesome. Why does it say on mine? It says it's 3-0 still. What the heck? Let me see. Or it says 2-0 on mine. from Necaxa. Eric Saul says, "How do we get NFL fans to watch Major League Soccer?" You have to bring in people who they know or they can relate, not necessarily relate to, but players that they that have appeal and that they have heard of before. Like Son is a big deal. Son is a huge deal because there are a lot of people who watch the Premier League who are NFL fans. They don't watch MLS because they think it's mediocre or not good enough. But if they can bring in some people, some players who are, oh, Allende might get a foul. If they can get some players who people that have name recognition, I think that would help and go a long way. Um, like I think Son and Messi and Mueller, and that helps a lot. And the most important thing is to keep it spread out. Keep it spread out. Rando says 3-0 Orlando. Wade says yes, they have been really exciting. Mr. says he enjoys it. Ashcan says, I've been watching the highlights for the Leagues Cup, and there have been some worldies. Yeah, it's been really good. And it's been good because we haven't seen MLS playing MLS, Liga MX playing Liga MX. We've actually got games of different teams playing. Something new. Rando says this should be a good game. It should be. I'm curious to see if Miami can win. I mean, there's a lot at stake for both these teams. Both these teams need to win this if they want to advance to the next round. Wade says, "Go see the first goal from Orlando game. It was epic." Who scored the first goal? Who scored the first goal for Orlando? Let's see. Orlando. Oh, Muriel did. Luis Muriel? Oh my god. I'm watching these goals right now in the Orlando game. See Ojeda. Oh my god, dude, that volley's crazy. Yeah, that was insane by Ojeda. Kenny says, "Hope not to fall asleep again." No, this game's too exciting. There's too much at stake to be going to sleep, Kenny. Ashcan says, "I think last season or Miami lost to Vancouver, so it's one to forget." Oh, and, Leaks I didn't even remember that in Leagues Cup, honestly. Uwe says, "Just joined. I haven't seen you in a couple streams, I don't think. Maybe you were in the last one. I'm sorry. Time has just been chaotic recently with everything going on." Wade says, "They're number 10, can't pronounce his name." Oh, it's Ojeda. It's Ojeda. Uwe says, "I haven't been keeping up much with Leagues Cup. How's MLS doing?" They're doing pretty well, but 4 teams from MLS and 4 teams from Liga MX advance no matter what. Oh, good tackle by Falcone. But yeah, it's been pretty entertaining so far. Ashcan says, as for the format, it's very much similar to the Europa League and Champions League. No penalties in the European Cups. Mr. says Allende is so bad. I wonder if I wonder if they will terminate his loan. I mean, they're not going to buy him because I would assume his transfer fee or purchase option is just way too much. Way too much. Took a little vacation. Well, hopefully you came back refreshed. This is where it starts to count. Everything starts to really, really matter, even though the whole thing has mattered. But we're getting into crunch time. I will say, though, one of the disappointing things about Leagues Cup this time around, if I had to be critical in one aspect, well, there's a couple things you could criticize, but one thing I would criticize is that I haven't seen as many signings and new players integrated into the team. Normally in Leagues Cup, you make a bunch of signings, and this is where we'll normally see their debuts. Really, the only player I can think of off the top of my head that's making their debut in Leagues Cup is Rodrigo de Paul. Like Thomas Muller isn't playing because Vancouver is not in the tournament. Um, Son is not going to play in it because I think LAFC are probably eliminated, and I don't think you can add players to your roster that late. So some of the guys I would have been excited to see play are not going to make their debuts for the League's Cup. Alexis says Inter Milan was really interested in Messi. Too bad. When what do you talking about recently? Eric Stoltz says most solid MLS would be amazing, but he'd probably go to Saudi. Uh, Probably would. I would say, oh, is that a handball? And that was close. Oh my god. But Mo Salah, I would consider Mo Salah and Son to be very similar profile players, like as far as global appeal. Mo Salah is a better player, I think, than Son Heung-min, but it's closer than people think. Closer than people think. Now, Mo Salah is better than him, but it's closer than people believe. I think it is. But if they did sign someone like Mo Salah, that would be huge for Major League Soccer, and there'd be a lot of Egyptian fans that would follow him to this league. Hell, there'd be a lot of Liverpool fans that would follow him to this league. Bobby says, "When does Busquets' contract end, and is this his last season? Do you think they will sign another player to replace him?" I think Federico Redondo or Yannick Wright will be his replacement, and no, I don't think they will re-sign him. I think he'll probably retire and go back to Spain. Kenny says, "Been working so much, I forgot what day it is." Mr. says they should find a replacement and terminate it. They should. They definitely need. I mean, Facundo Pelistri is would be a replacement, but I don't know if they're going to get that deal done. Wade Flores says my one Sounders question for you: who are the Sounders going to sign since the No Ohio signing fell through? I think this will be the fourth straight summer transfer window without a signing for Seattle. I think that they will probably sign somebody, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in Craig Weibel, so I don't know if they will sign somebody for sure. But if they don't, it would be a huge, huge missed opportunity. Huge missed opportunity. So hopefully they're able to get something signed because I don't think he wanted to come to Major League Soccer. Ishan says Sergio Ramos. Uwe says should move this tournament to Mexico. I feel it would make it more exciting. That well, hopefully they do it next time just to see what happens. Correa has been good for Tigres. He's been the player of the tournament for me. Correa has been the best player. He didn't have a good game last night, but I think he's been the best player in the tournament so far. Uwe says MLS teams need to get out of their comfort zone. They do for sure. And he says San Jose should sign Dele Alli. I think Dele Alli is going to retire. Oh, Suarez. Oh, Ashkin said, how did Messi debut in League's Cup, or was that the first League's Cup game for Inter Miami? It was the first League's Cup game for Inter Miami, and he came off and by the way, Suarez was offside. He came off the bench, like maybe in the 80th minute, and he scored that free kick for them to win. All right, guys, we're at 20 likes. Let's try to get to 50 likes before halftime. We got 30 minutes to hit our goal. Make sure you smash the like button down below if you haven't already. We got 50 of you in the chat. Share with a friend if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 9K by the end of this month. We're almost at 8,600 subs. I mean, the Sun stuff has just absolutely. Oh, Suarez close. Ooh, first time. That was close, just wide. I thought he had it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he had it. But the Sun stuff has just absolutely exploded. We've got a bunch of new fans all over the world. We're at 8,600 subs almost. Let's try to hit 9K by the end of this month. And I think we're on our path to hitting 10K with ease by the end of this year. Don't want to jinx it, but I think we're going to hit 10K. So very exciting stuff for MLS moves. A lot of good stuff happening. JKM says Dele Alli should go to Luton Town. Uwe says a player I would have loved to see in MLS was Benzema. Yeah, Benzema, when he went to Etihad, I think, or Etihad, I don't know how to pronounce the Saudi team's name, but when he went there, he kind of just off the face of the earth, man. He's just very irrelevant now. Keyshawn says NYCFC still making no moves. Well, they just signed that number 10 from Elche. Was it Rodrigo? Was it Rodrigo? Was it Hernandez or Fernandez? They signed a number 10 from Elche, though. They paid oh, no, Sergio Busquets. Is he good? But they just signed a, DP number 10. Eric says Busquets literally had a kid in Miami. Did he? JKM says NYCFC make a move after the stadium and built and flushing smog will get players in. Keyshawn says, yeah, JKM, I figured they make a splash signing before the stadium. No, it'd probably be when the stadium opens, honestly. Eric says, you got to post YouTube shorts. They get pushed out more aggressively. Yeah, maybe I will. I thought about maybe doing that for, uh, I thought about maybe doing that, like some clips from some of the videos, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll do that. He says MLS just signing Adidas players. Well, I mean, they had to be fair, MLS has a huge investment from Adidas. Adidas is very, very invested in Major League Soccer, and they've been a partner with them for uh, maybe 20 years now. MLS and Adidas are like this. Bobby says if Griezmann came to MLS, I don't think he would be as good as everyone thinks because he probably wouldn't care to win the trophies. I think he just wants to live the LA lifestyle. Oh, nice pass to Allende. Allende, so bad. Oh my god, number 17 with a crazy pace. Jesus. Ghost says, I hope RSL can advance. I think they might be able to. God, Orlando's winning 4-0 now. At half. At the half. 4-0 at the half. That's crazy. Let's see. RSL is RSL. Yeah, I don't think RSL's advancing. Mr. Mister says, thing is, Saudi is an Islamic country. Muslims like Salah and Benzema won't mind the lifestyle over there. Yeah, that's true. And so is Mane, and so is, um, well, there's been several players. Oh, oh, nice back and forth by Bright and Rodrigo to Paul. Keyshawn says Martinez cooked for LAFC last game. He was incredible. He's only 18 years old. He's only 18 years old. You see the potential with him. He's incredible. He says, I know Adidas is better, but I prefer Nike more. I like Nike more personally. Keyshawn says Griezmann is a huge NBA fan, just wanted to go to the Lakers games. Ube says, how ready do you think the U.S. is to host the World Cup? Well, I mean, I think they did a pretty good job hosting the Club World Cup, which is, smaller scale, but it was a good tune-up for the World Cup to see how everything would kind of play out and like what the like just to test how things would go. I think they'll probably be ready as they can be. Miami and Orlando need to draw or lose for RSL to advance. Orlando's definitely not losing, and I don't think they're going to draw. Eric Stoltz says, good on Jorge Mas and LAFC presidents for pushing spending. I agree with that. Loyal Omar says, how's Inter Miami looking so far? I I mean, they look okay. Oh, they look okay. Nothing too crazy. I mean, couple opportunities. Ube says, we got a huge Muslim city somewhere in the US. Give them an MLS team. I think it's Detroit. Ashcan says a player's red card getting rescinded is something I've never seen until today, especially with VAR. It's happened a couple times. Bobby says, how many teams advance to the next round? The qualifying teams and this team's confusing. 4 teams. The top 4 teams from MLS and the top 4 teams from Liga MX advance. What a pass from Bright to Yande. Dude, Yannick Bright has looked really good tonight. Yannick Bright has looked really good. Oh, a little too hard of a heavy of a touch there, though. Keyshawn says, "Who are the 8 teams you think advance?" Well, uh, probably Orlando is gonna be 1. Seattle's gonna be 2, I would say. Portland will be 3, and I would say Inter Miami will be 4. So Inter Miami, Portland, Seattle, Orlando City. Who's your favorite team in the Premier and why is it Chelsea? So it's not Chelsea, and I really don't have a favorite team in the Premier League, honestly. I just like watching good ball. I don't hate Chelsea. I really don't hate any team. I really don't hate any team in the Premier League. I'm just a Barca fan. Wade says, "Start getting the wheelchairs ready for Miami." Ace Leno says, "That's why I've been saying Bry is just a game changer compared to Redondo." No, he's way better than Redondo. He's, like, way better. Like, it's actually insane how much better he is. He's the pass from Segovia to Rodrigo to Paul. See if Suarez can do anything. See if oh, oh! Suarez. He tried to pull up. Oklahoma Kid says, "Like the stream, people." Yes, like the stream if you haven't already. I think we're at 25 likes. So try to get to 50 before halftime. We got a little less than 22 minutes left. Hit the like button down below. Share with a friend. This is an elimination game, essentially. If Inter Miami or Pumas lose this match, they are eliminated from League's Cup. But if they win, whoever wins this game will advance to the next round. Huge game. A lot at stakes for both of these teams. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 9,000 by the end of this month, by the end of League's Cup. We have just been absolutely killing it lately. Bobby says, "Support United. They are the best." Uwe says, "You look like a United fan." No, I'm not. I actually, my friend went to London, and I want to say, was it, who was it they had? Is it West? I think I got a West Ham scarf over here. It's like a match day scarf. It's West Ham versus Manchester United. I have it over here in my room. But yeah, Barca is really my only team. Keyshawn says, "Do you think Redondo is regressing here?" Well, not developing here. Yeah, I think he is. I don't think he, I wouldn't necessarily say he's gotten worse, but he's not gotten any better. He's not gotten any better. Not too crazy of a first half. Neither team able to find the back of the net. Couple chances, nothing too crazy. Yannick Wright's been the best player on the pitch for either team so far. I don't even think it's close. It was a good tackle by Pumas. We'll see who takes the corner. I would assume it'd be Jordi Alba since it's on the right side. I would assume Jordi Alba is going to take this corner. But pretty, I mean, nothing too crazy's happened. Oh, they got the ball taking it. It's interesting. How do you think the Pauls look tonight so far? Now, obviously, the Paul is his third game with Inter Miami. He's already playing full 90s. This is his third game in a week. He looks pretty good. He looks a little more tired tonight, though. He looks a little more tired than usual tonight. Keyshawn says, "I bet Redondo is gone in January." I mean, there's a chance he could be because he's 36. That's why he's not taking the corner. god. This team just looks so and what's so funny is when Messi came off the pitch, they actually looked better. They actually looked better because they were spreading the ball out more instead of just playing through Messi the whole game. Because it's like they depend on him so much that they just kinda hurts everyone else. But even with Messi out of this game, they just look so bad. They look so old. That's why when people tell me this is the best team in the league, I'm like, "This team has a lot of holes. They need some youth bad." They need one like, they don't have anybody who's worth a damn in the attack that's young. Oof, he's old as okay, yeah, he is. I mean, he is old. Mister says, "To be fair to Paul, he's not in his natural position." That's true, he isn't. He's not. But he still looks tired tonight. He does look a little bit tired and gassed, that Paul does. But he's this is his 3rd 90-minute match in the last week. Oh my god, Suarez just shut him down. I don't know how he didn't get a card there, honestly. I'm very surprised that Suarez did not get a yellow right there. His antics are crazy. Ball back. Oh my god. Slowest team in MLS history, by the way. No speed at all on this team. Wait, says Miami GM should have built a real team instead of getting old ass has-beens. Oh, oh, Rodrigo DePaul had been a little quicker. They might have had a chance. Okay, says missed the U.S. Open Cup. I think. I mean, it's still going on. I mean, I like the U.S. Open Cup. Ace Lionel says Inter Miami are not dangerous at all from the corner. They're not, and you know what else? They don't have any size to like win these aerial duels. They don't have anybody. Tallest guy on the team is Sergio Busquets. He's not beating anybody in an aerial duel. He has no vertical at this point, like whatsoever. He has no vertical at this point. So they're essentially useless in the aerial duels. Keyshawn says, "Who do you think is the best team in MLS right now?" Probably Cincinnati, I would say. Probably Cincinnati. Wade says, but I also have to say Columbus might be pretty good once they add Abu Ali. Wade Flores says Pumas players should be careful around as far as he bites. Yeah, he does. He likes to nibble a little bit. Ashcan says, I watched Diego Gomez play for Brighton last season. The kid has talent. He went there from Inter Miami. Yeah, he's incredible. They miss him so much they miss him a lot this season. And Segovia was supposed to replace him, but obviously they don't play the same style. Segovia is more of an attacking midfielder, whereas Diego Gomez is more box to box defensive midfielder. So they needed that destroyer in the middle, and that's what Rodrigo De Paul is supposed to be for him. UNG says this Inter Miami team doesn't have a lick of attack. Their attack is non-existent. That's why when they're adding a center back, I'm like, you guys need a striker more than anything. You guys need someone who's fast who can score goals more than anything. They don't have that right now. Makes you wonder if they did have someone who could just be a threat in the attack, what they might be able to do. Oh my god. It was like 4 on 1 right there. They had a perfect opportunity. Found Yannick Bright. Be interesting to see what they do. Need a couple pieces, get a striker, maybe a center back. I'm still thinking about LAFC and thinking about what they're gonna do, like, if they what, they're gonna add outside of Son, if they're gonna add that striker that they desperately need. Are they gonna sell Denny? They have 2 DP spots open. Well, now they have 1 DP spot open. Oh, the foul? Nope. Here we go. Transition. No speed. Literally no speed at all in the transition. Lets everyone catch up to him because they have nobody who can run. Nobody who can run at all. Slowest team in MLS history by far. Bobby says, "Who's a good striker that's not too old but would be a great signing for Inter Miami at once Luis Suarez retires?" I mean, realistically that they could get? Oh, no. Oh, Pumas scores. Number 17. Who is number 17? The guy's been a headache all night. He's been incredible. His pace is crazy. Ruvel Kaba? Yeah, Ruvel Kaba. Wow. Kid's been a thorn in the side of Inter Miami all night. The pace has been crazy. He's been tracking back, playing defense. He gets the first goal. Inter Miami down 1-0 in the first half. They gotta score. They gotta win this game. Kid's got braces, man. You got a kid who's got braces for him. That's tough. That's tough. Mister says, honestly, I think Allende is a bigger problem than Suarez. They both are, honestly. But here's the thing. Let's just say hypothetically they get a speed demon on the right side. And by the way, that is 100% on side, 100%. But let's just say they get an absolute speed demon on the wing, Mister, right? Let's say that the guy's just blazing down the flank. Who is he gonna pass it to? Who's he gonna set up? Because he'd need to wait, he'd need to check his watch and wait, 15 minutes for Suarez to catch up to him. Wait for it says definitely not the best team in MLS. LFG Pumas. Keyshawn says they should have brought in Brian Rodriguez. Yeah, they just wanted too much money for him. Kyle says yes. Abhishek says Miami is done. Wade Flores says Miami is cooked. Kyle R says bye Miami. Small Scoop says California born goal scorer. That's sad to think he could have been in MLS. Ace Lane says, look at all these people. Oh, that's deflected off of a Pumas player, 100%. Their attackers are just so bad. Masoik says pain. QK says hate that Chivas USA is doing good. Well, they're not just doing good. I mean, they got a huge brand at their team now. Like that, not good for LA Galaxy, to be honest with you. Not good. Oh, the Paul's corners just been too short. Well, not necessarily too short. They've been too flat, way too flat, easily deflected. Good God. Mister says true, but Ayande is just bloody awful, and at least Suarez can shoot. Yeah, they ideally would like to address both of them. I mean, if they had a striker and a fast guy on the wing, I mean, who knows how good they could be. And that's the sad part too. What Small Scoop says here is that Inter Miami need to challenge the keeper. It's his debut. I mean, it's been cozy back there. I mean, they're tucking him in at night and giving him a warm glass of milk. He's not been tested at all. He's getting a good night's rest back there. Ace Lionel says Miami coming back to win it late in the second half. We'll see. We'll see if they can. Pucini says hope Pumas keep scoring. Keyshawn says Fafa got to be better than Allende. Uh, Fafa is faster than Allende. I just don't know if he's just technically not that. I mean, he's I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him in the second half if they don't score, like, if they need something off the bench, but yeah, Yende's bad. Oh my god. Fell down and turned the ball over. That's a nice steal by Sergio. Oh my god. Yeah, DePaul hasn't been playing so well tonight. I think DePaul's actually been playing pretty bad, to be honest with you. I know he's out of position, but he has not been playing well. He's had 4 corners, bad shot attempts, lazy passing. This is the first match where I don't think DePaul's actually played very well for Inter Miami. SPH says, "Nope, Miami isn't coming back for this. Once you can see on their rhythm." Yeah, not this team. Ace Single says, "I love the doubt in the chat." Cosmic JoJo says, "There is no life in this Miami attacking side." I mean, their attack is bad, really bad. Oh, what was that hit by Segovia? The hell was that? I know that wasn't a pass because he tried to shoot a rocket at him. There's no way the guy would have been able to volley that. What was that? What do you think about Timothy Weah? Do you think Timothy Weah would start at Marseille? I think he will. I think he'll play a lot. Needs to get as many minutes as he can before the World Cup. Oh, Acino says only time will tell. Look, regardless of what happens in this game, Inter Miami still need to get some new attack. They need to get some new attackers. They need to get a striker. They need to get a winger. They need speed bad, like very bad, very very bad. They need speed. So that's not going to change. That's not going to change. And Pumas is bad. Like there's a really bad team. Have to do something. Have to do something before the half, or they got to make some adjustments in the second half. Javier Mascherano's his tactics are bad too. Like Allende playing as a essentially right wingers, maybe right midfielder. He's out of position. He's a striker. He's a striker playing right winger slash right midfield. Now Segovia is playing in his right position, but Tayo Yande is not a winger. They need to play him up top. He's just not good on the wing. Nice turn. Bad pass to Segovia. Cosmic Jojo says, "Is Miami if Miami loses, is there still life in their league?" No, they're done. They're DOA. If they lose this game, it's over. He says, "Pumas have a history of choking. Hate to admit it as a fan." I mean, it's still early. There's a lot of game. There's still 50 minutes. Oh, so bad. Calar says, "Let's go Pumas." Kenny says, "If Miami win, it still doesn't matter." I mean, not with this attack, it doesn't. I don't even think Messi could save him right now. Tony says Segovia and Rodrigo de Paul should switch positions. Fafa should sub for Allende. Nice pass to Cello. Oh my god. Dude, number 17, I changed dude, number 17, was it Ravel Cava or what is his name? Ravel Cada? Ravel Cava? He's been the best player on the pitch tonight for either side. He's been the best player on the pitch from either side. Attack Luan. Need to try to get something for the half. Little over 3 minutes plus added time. They're just clogging the middle of the field. They're clogging the middle of the field. I mean, they're trying to have you beat them out wide, but Inter Miami's wingers are so bad that you can. It doesn't matter. Like you can give them all the space that you want out wide. They just don't have anybody who can do anything. They don't have anybody who can do anything out wide. Well, maybe Jordi Alba can do something out wide, but that's about it. I mean, if your fullback is the best player out wide for you, you got a lot of issues. A little bit too high for Suarez. Alba able to recover. Rodrigo to Paul blocked again. Oh, oh! Alba almost had it. Was it deflected? That's a goal kick. And he says Miami only been playing bad teams in this tournament so far. Cosmic Jojo says RDP looks so disinterested in there. His buddy's gone. Did he touch that? Looked like the goalkeeper might have got a finger on that. Alba nearly. Yeah, I said this before. If you don't have a striker who has at least 15 plus goals, not an attacker, a striker. You don't have a striker that has 15 plus goals in MLS, you don't win MLS Cup. Luis Suarez has 15. The last 15 MLS Cup winners have had a striker who scored at least 15 goals. Oh, DePaul! Debut goal. Rodrigo DePaul tied it up. There you go. Rodrigo DePaul has tied it up for Inter Miami 1-1 against Pumas. Rodrigo DePaul opens up his account for Inter Miami, its first goal for the men in pink. There you go. There you go. They're back in it. Remember what we say, guys. Remember what we say, and it's always been true. When Miami score one, they never just score one. They either score two or three or four or five. Here's one. What was my prediction? My prediction was 2-1. They're back in it. They're back in it. Was that Suarez with the pass? It's so funny that Suarez is a better playmaker at this time than he is a goal scorer. That's what he's been known his whole career to be a goal scorer, but he's a better playmaker these days. Wait, what's going on? What is DePaul complaining about? Messi looks like so intense the way he's looking. Well, we have a game on our hands, folks. Oh, that's halftime. It's 1-1. Inter Miami was able to pull one back. We have us a game. We have us a game. Rodrigo the balls. What Mr. said. The ball is able to open up his account for Inter Miami and tie the game in the first half, 1-1 against Pumas. How do we feel about that first half? How do we feel about that first half? We're talking from Inter Miami's perspective, obviously. We're covering this from a MLS perspective. How would you rate Miami's first half? the numbers or the grading scale we do, the grading system we do. 1, Inter Miami was absolutely terrible. 10, they were absolutely perfect. What would you rate Inter Miami's first half performance against Pumas? 1, absolutely terrible. 10, absolutely perfect. What would you rate Inter Miami's first half performance against Pumas? SPH, or excuse me, let me read Abhishek. Abhishek says he's a 6.5. SPH says he's a 5. Kevin is an 8. Kyle is a 2. Kenny is a 5. Cosmic says that they're a solid 6. Tony says an uninspiring 3. John says 5. Cosmic says pressing was good. I agree with that. Gaither says 4. Eric says finished my hike. How am I playing? Not very good. They found one. They were able to tie it up at the end of the first half. Miami King says Pumas is not even a good team. That's true. They're not. Gaither says backline slept on that goal. Rando is a 5. Mister's a 5. The lack of speed up top is a real problem, and Miami King says that they're a 5 as well. I would probably give them a 5. No, actually, listen, I'll give them a 6, okay? I'll give them a 6, a little bit better than the 5. I give them a 6 because they played like shit in the first half, absolute shit, not good at all. Attack was abysmal, very embarrassing, lackluster, whatever word you wanna use to describe it, but they were able to pull one back. They were able to score a goal in the first half. Having said that, they were able to find the back of the net. So they tied it up. It's 1-1. They're in this game, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Now, if it was 1-0 at the half, this score would probably be like a 2. But because they were able to find the back of the net, they have or at least a 6. At least a 6, I'd say. So, Angus says 5.251. SBH says, to be fair, this game's pace is already half was slower. To be fair, this game's pace is in the early half was slower than Suarez. It was. It was. Yobro says, why Lujan? Ashcan says, without Messi compared to last season, their Miami are much better. Eric Stahl says, are you Irish? No, I'm not. I am like 50% German. That's why you got the German national team flag right there. And I think I'm like 50%, or I'm actually kind of a mixture of like Scandinavian and like English. So Al R says retirement club. Gel says Lujan, keep them. Yeah, not a great half. Suarez had a chance. Like I said, the young goalkeeper for Pumas really wasn't challenged much in that first half. Was not really challenged as much as he needed to be. This kid is his first. This is his debut. His debut in this tournament. Debut in general, but he's making the debut in this tournament. Needs to be tested more, but there's not really anybody from the Miami who can really pressure him or test him or just kind of get him off balance or off kilter. Um, who do you guys think was the best player for Inter Miami in the first half? Now, the best player for Pumas was that is it Cabovada or Cavolbada? I think it's Cavolbada. Number 17 for Pumas was the best player in the first half in general, but he was definitely the best player for Pumas. Who do you think was the best player in the first half for Inter Miami? Who was the best player for Inter Miami in the first half? Ashcan, is your favorite German player Thomas Muller or Marco Reus? Thomas Muller. Ruvalcava. Okay, that's what it is. Ruvalcava. He's the best player of the first half. A lot of people say Bright. Bright. Miami King says DePaul and Bright. Spang says Bright. Mister says Bright. What's that? Has Lionel. I'm sorry. Ace Lionel. Ace Lionel says Bright. John says Bright. Yeah, I would have to agree. I think that Yannick Bright was the best player in the first half. Uh, by a huge margin, in my opinion. But I think that Rodrigo DePaul does deserve a little credit because he did score. That was a nice pass by Luis Suarez. I would probably put my top 3 players in the first half as 1, Yannick Bright, 2, Rodrigo DePaul, and 3, Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez can't score goals at this point. We all know this. He's cooked. He's finished. La Tortuga special. The turtle soup, right? but he was able to get the assist. He was able to create a chance, and they were able to score. That matters. Gotta score goals. So he helped contribute to a goal. Wish he was able to score goals himself, but they found the back of the net, and it's tied 1-1 at the half. Cringe says, Bright is a beast, shutting down Coco. Yeah, Coco Scarski is a good player. Miami King says, Segovia is not good playing left D. Segovia, I'm not a big Segovia guy. He's had a couple bangers, but I don't think he's good from play to play. Kevin Hernandez says the worst player was Yande. Yeah, that's a trend for him. Eric Stahl says if Orlando gets 7 plus goals, is that a statement for Major League Soccer? No, I mean they're still playing on the road. Liga MX is. Cringe says, Will, do you think Bright will go to Europe? I think there's a chance he could. I'm not 100% sure if he will anytime soon, but there is a chance. I think he's good enough to go to Europe. Oh, my Apple TV went out. I'll have to refresh this. Let's see. Spank TV says a Hyundai touches are so bad. Oh yeah, he has no touchability at all. Angus says escargot. Rando says Bright best player. I agree with that. Mister says honestly, if I was a championship club, I would have a look at Yannick Bright. He never stops running. Yeah, he's pretty good. He makes good passes too. Like I mean, he's not Andrea Pirlo or Javi or anything like that, but he makes good decisions, good passes, and he runs and he plays very good defensively. And I think he's not bad in the attack either. Ace Lino says he's going to Europe pretty soon. Cal R says Raw de Fel. Prince says he would fit well in Serie A. They're so defensive focused. He would crush it. I think he's good enough to play in a good league. I truly do. I think he would be. I think he would be able to play in several of the leagues. I think he's a good player. Cringe says that he agrees with Mister about him playing in the championship. Eric Saul says Dortmund needs to let Gio Reyna leave. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe he gets moved to MLS if they're not willing to let him go to Parma if they're not willing to pay enough. Juan says, imagine if Ayande had some touch and finesse to his game. Yeah, he doesn't have either of those things, sadly. Ace Lino says you can tell Bright has improved on his passing game. He looks good. I like him. I think I mean, they've missed him, honestly. Spink says he also made the pass that led to the goal. He did. I mean, he's way better than Redondo. Way better than Redondo. I think this is Dillo. Suarez leaving in the end of the season. Who will replace him? Any idea? I mean, I don't know who's going to replace Luis Suarez. I don't really know what their plans are. They might have a DP spot open where they could use it on maybe like Neymar, which Neymar's obviously played more on the wing, but he maybe could play up top. I don't know who they would use on, but they have to get a replacement for him because the replacement's not on the team right now. He's not good enough right now. Mister says, I saw Matt Turner has actually gone back to New England. He has. He's back in New England and he's going to be their starting keeper, which he needs to get as much playing time as he possibly can. I've been saying this for a long time. He need to go back to MLS because he's not getting playing time anywhere else. He need to go back to MLS where he'll actually be able to play and he'll actually be able to get in form before the World Cup. If he wants to be the starter in 2026, he needs to play. Necaxa losing 5-0 to Little Bro. Obar says Neymar, he's more finished than Suarez. I mean, hey, that's debatable, but won't argue with you. They should go for Benteke. He deserves a team that gets past the playoffs. I don't think Benteke is going to leave DC. I don't think they would let him leave. Have Hope says, "Little bro cooking, though, still a Mickey Mouse merchant." Mascherano has his favorites. Juan says, off for Allende at the 60th minute. Come on, Mascherano. Some good subs. Need a header option with Jordi, DePaul, and Cello putting in some crosses. Mr. says Neymar wouldn't be a good idea for Miami. They need to get younger. Yeah, I don't know. It's I just don't know if they're going to actually do that. I just don't know if they're actually going to sign someone who is younger that can kind of be different than their typical profile player they sign. Right? Always sign these older guys that have a connection to Messi. D'Lo says Busquets also leaving Inter Miami. Yes, he will likely leave Inter Miami at the end of the season. I mean, he's out of contract. He's not going to be a DP again, so I would assume he'll leave. Sobar says Matt Turner was asked last 2 seasons in Europe. Rather than stay and not play, he should play as much as he can and become a legend for the Revs. Drake Me says, in my opinion, they don't need younger. They just need a higher quality. Ayande is young. That doesn't seem to help him at all. I mean, I guess he's technically young, but I mean, he is like 26. Oh man, that attack almost put me to sleep. Attack was rough in the first half, almost put me to bed. Cute Kenny said earlier about him falling asleep during the game. It's almost got me falling asleep. Drink Me says, which MLS teams do you think will make it the furthest? Well, I have to see who's going to play first, so that really matters. But I mean, I think the Sounders, the Sounders are probably going to be in it unless they lose tonight, which I don't think is going to happen. They should win tonight. I think Orlando's probably going to make it. I think that Portland's going to make it. I think Miami's going to make it. So tough, honestly. It just really depends on the matchups. Really depends on the matchups and the seeding. Cal R says the players are sundowning. They're so sundowning. They're so old. UNG says Neymar should be good for Miami as long as he's not injured. Well, the problem is he's always injured. I was actually looking at that yesterday. Oh, before we start the second half, real quick. What's your score prediction? Sorry, the second half just went by so fast for the halftime show. What is your second half predictions? Who wins this game? It's 1-1 at the half. Who is going to win this match between Inter Miami versus Pumas? What is your score prediction? Who is going to win? It's 1-1 at the half. Second half about to start. What is your score prediction for this match? I think that Miami's still going to win. I'm going to stick with my 2-1. I'm going to stick with my 2-1 prediction that Inter Miami's going to win. They got the one goal, and like I said, when they score one, they score many. So I'm going to stick with my prediction. Inter Miami 2-1. Drink Me says Suarez will bag Miami 2-1. SPH just says I still have it 2-1 to Pumas. Ace Lionel 2-1 Miami. Juan 3-1 Miami. They have more chances. Fringe is 2-1. I'm assuming Miami. Delos is Miami 3-2. Mr. says 2-1 Miami. And Tony Fiddler says Frey for Cello positive sub. That is a good sub. That is a good sub. Hey, Javier Mastrono is capable of having good subs. Who would have thought? Louis says he thinks it's going to be Pumas 2-1. We'll see. Suarez is going to have a big second half. Yande is going to have to play better than he's played the whole entire season if they want to win. Of course, Inter Miami has had two game winners in the last, or not game winners, but two crucial goals in the last minute and the added time in the last 2 matches. So they've had a lot of magic and luck in the final minutes of each game. So we'll see what happens. Cringe says it's going to be a nail biter, but we're making more chances. Suarez, he meant more taking more chances. Suarez needs to continue as a playmaker. Needs to do a little more than that, but yes, at least he's doing something. Oh, nice pass from Jordi Alba to Allende. Oh, Frey, sorry. Oh, Jordi Alba and Frey. And Frey's big too, so that's good. They have some aerial options. Oh my God, just hold him down. Set piece for free kick for Inter Miami. UNG says Miami needs good players, not young idiots. That's true. That true there. Prince says it's going to be a nail biter. Okay, I read that. Sorry. Wants his love. Ian Frey in there. Avalos for Lujan next. Another header option. Ace Lino says hell yeah, Frey is another game changer. Oh, oh, Luis Suarez. There we go. What did I say? What did I say? I said they don't score one. They don't score one. Luis Suarez ties it up, or not ties it up, takes the lead for Inter Miami. Rodrigo to Paul finds Luis Suarez. He's got the hat on. What's that? What's the cowboy hat on? What's that say? Was it say Dale? What the hell was that? Oh, dude, he's totally getting a yellow for that, right? Do you get a yellow card for wearing a hat? Do you get a yellow card? La Tortuga. That was a good goal. Let's see. Let's see. Wait. See, was he onside? No, he's offside. He's offside. Damn. Damn. Well, he's offside. Sadly, Suarez is offside. Yep. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If they let that goal stand, this shit is rigged. Like 100%, this shit's rigged. 100%. There's no way that's onside. Even Messi said offside. Yeah, that's 100% offside. Oh boy, called it. Let's go. That's gonna be offside. Juan says Boom Suarez Tortugas can score two. Offside. Never doubt my ball knowledge. Mister says told you he can still at least shoot. I mean, yeah, maybe that'll give him a little confidence. He even found the back of that, even if it didn't count. Uh, Soren says off one, but how is Tortugas offsides? I know. How did he manage that? You thought with his speed he would have stayed onside. Energy is all with Miami. SPH Suarez can never be onside. UNG says Miami can smell blood. Small Scoop says 10 different celebrations too. I know they wasted the hat celebration. They wasted it. They had it. It was hitting and it was wasted. I hope he does it again. If they do score again or if he scores, I hope he does that celebration again. That's tough. Rando says momentum on Miami's side. Their tails are up now. They do look like they have a little bit more pep in their step. I'll tell you exactly what they look like. They look exactly like when Messi came out in that game against Necaxa, like when they had that energy and Segovia scored. That's kind of how they look right now. They kind of have that same energy that they had when he came off. When he came off, Messi did, and Redondo came in. Like they're playing with more urgency. Oh, a little too slow. They did give a free kick. Oh, got a foul on number 6, Castillo. No, not Castillo. Who's number 6 for Pumas? Celebration was cold. Juan says, "Does that mean someone gets 3 goals? Hat trick for Tortuga? What are the odds? Like 5,000, probably like, plus 30,000." Cal R says he's offside because he can't beat anyone to the ball, so he cheats a little offside because he's so old and slow. Small Scoop says, "If LAFC qualify, will Son play? I don't think he can now." UNG says, "Yep, if Suarez stays on side, there's no way he can get to the ball first." Ace Lino says, "Suarez took the masterclass dive." Yeah, he did 100%. Did he chip his teeth? He keeps touching his teeth. All right, Rodrigo to Paul taking the free kick. Let's see what they can do here. See if he can have a better free kick than he's had in the first. Well, the last one was not a bad pass, but it's offside. Let's see what he can do now. It's like it's pretty windy too. Ooh. Oh, like the idea there. Just a terrible hit by Luis Suarez. 1-1. Less than 38 minutes left. Goodness gracious. Ace Lino says Suarez's teeth made out of adamantium. Oh, he's got that Wolverine metal, or he's got that Wolverine skeletal system. Okay, that was a foul on Coco Scarski. Yeah, 100%. Chat, how are we feeling? Miami looks better. We think they're going to come back. Pumas looking a little flat. Pumas looking a little flat in the second half. Almost 10 minutes in. I think the Ian Frey sub was a very good change they made at the half. Inter Miami, very good change. Looks like Sergio Busquets is almost playing as a sweeper. He's very far back. It looks like, I mean, he's playing between Falcone and Lujan. It looks like he's playing more as a sweeper than a defensive midfielder. Kevin says, "Is there a way to watch it for free, my guy?" I mean, I think it might be free on Apple TV. I'm not sure. Joseph says, "Why did Miami go down from 2-1? Because Luis Suarez is offside." Oh, nice pass. Oh, it's a little bit too high or a little too much on it for Allende. A little too much from Suarez to Allende. Good look though. Axelino says Frey looks electric. I agree with that. Zach said Suarez was offside, Joseph. He was. He was. La Tortuga was offside. Oh, Busquets and Rodrigo De Paul not on the same page. Kevin says Allende bottling like always. Yeah, Allende's pretty bad. Not good. He's been bad for a while, though. Oh, what Alba could do. Suarez is offside again. Oh, oh, handball. That's a handball. Handball. There we go. There we go. Handball. 100% a handball. Let's see what Inter Miami can do. Let's see who takes this. Hopefully, it's not La Tortuga. We saw last time he took the penalty. Zach says, "Does Son get paid that 24 million, or does that go to the club?" That's a transfer fee to get him. Oh yeah, that's definitely handball. Come on. Yeah, it's come on, that's definitely a handball. 100% a handball. Kevin Cookie says, "I love your channel, dude. Keep up the good work." I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We still have hey, listen, we still have like 5 months left of the season or 4 months left of the season. We still have remainder of the transfer window, Leagues Cup final, MLS Cup playoffs. So much left of this season. So much more live streams, so many more videos. Still a lot to cover. All right, let's see if Suarez can do this. For the love of God, don't shoot it too high. Don't hit the crossbar. Oh, all right, let's see what he can do. God, he's so far back. Jesus. See what happens. Luis Suarez, the young keeper. Easy. Easy. What a class PK or penalty. What a class penalty. Inter Miami's up 2-1. La Tortuga finally gets his goal. La Tortuga finally gets his goal. There we go. Now we get the hat. There we go. There we go. I get a picture of that. La Tortuga scores. Jorge Mas is smiling. Hey, listen, they still need some attackers, but that's hey, they get their goal. 2-1. Inter Miami in the driver's seat. Inter Miami's in the driver's seat. I think they're gonna win. I think they're going to win. Inter Miami's just completely dominated the first half. That's a class penalty though on the young keeper. All right, let's see. Hey, Salino says the disrespect. Anthony says if Miami ends up losing Suarez after the season, are there any strikers that are going to be transferring they can get to replace? We'll just have to see what happens. Uh-oh. Way too late of a pass from Rodrigo to Paul. Pumas look really bad now, by the way. They look like a oh okay. Ooh, that was close. They look like a wounded duck. Looks like it's off the Pumas player. Is there an injury? Zach says it was cool when Romeo Beckham played for Miami. How long ago was that? Mister says they deserve the lead right now. They do. They've been playing a lot better in the second half. Much better second half from Inter Miami. Juan says Miami 3-1. Jordy gets one when Puma starts to push up the ball assist. Could happen. We know Jordi Alba is very, very dangerous in the attack for Inter Miami. Ooh. Anthony says, MLS moves. What are your thoughts on my last two comments? What is your? I saw the. I don't know who they're going to. I don't know who they're going to sign. I don't. It just depends on if they save that DP spot for Neymar. If they're going to save it for a striker. Ace Leno says you can really feel the momentum shift. I mean, yeah, the Miami's dominated the second half. Zach says I think David Beckham's son played for Miami 3 years ago. Does he still play, or is he out of the? Is he still playing soccer? Is he retired or? Oh God, way too much space. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Jordi Alba got like he maybe got the wind knocked out of him with that ball with that deflection. Let's see. He got the wind knocked out of him. Maybe. I think he's fine though. I think Jordi Alba's fine. Zach says Romeo is on Brentford's B team, I think. Yeah, Jordi Alba would be fine. Uh, what the hell? Kevin Cookie says no strikers are going to replace Luis Suarez because Inter Miami is the type of club that would next step hire Carson from Man City just because Carson is Messi's best friend. Juan says Romeo Beckham is that DePaul's alias considering how much he copies him. I mean, they look so much like he's even wearing number 7, which is what he wore at Real Madrid. Beckham. So I think he also wears number 7 for the Argentine national team too. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I think Rodrigo DePaul wears number 7 for the Argentine national team. Oh, oh my God. There we go. Segovia waited way too long to pass it. Maxi Falcone fouled him. Oh, is he? Oh, no card issued. Kevin says, "Tell me, Madrid or Barca? Barca all day. Barca all day." Juan says, "You think it's harder to ref soccer or NBA? Feel like both are just make a play and or fall down." Oh, hold on. Oh, I guess it's gonna be a corner. Probably soccer, honestly, because 11 on 11. More ground to cover. Probably soccer, honestly. Tony says, "Get Maxi out. Red card or PK waiting to happen." Yeah, but if you bring in Total Alvarez, that's it could happen as well. Okay. Whew. 25 minutes left. 2-1 Inter Miami. Need to keep their foot on the gas. Don't let Pumas sneak back in this game. Oh my God, what a bad giveaway! Holy, that was such a bad giveaway by Lujan. Oh my God. Substitution. Who's subbing? Let's see. Pumas. Oh, is no Allen coming in? Oh, you're saying no Allen. Okay, gotcha. Come in. I don't know, man. I don't think no Allen's the move right now. No Allen had that really bad showing. Yeah, they definitely have Suarez. They have Busquets. Oh my god, what a bad giveaway by Yannick Wright. Oh my god. Good god, that was a terrible giveaway. Oh no. He's playing more as like a sweeper, like I said. Busquets. Oh, nice pass from Suarez. Ah, a little too late. Too late. Yep, game is opening. Oh, nice. Nice by Busquets. Miami should probably look at Real Ibolo from Monaco. Apparently, oh, Allende. God, he's so bad. Apparently, he's available for 15 million euros. I mean, there's a lot of options they could have. I don't know if they're gonna have a DP spot open. If they use on Neymar, they won't. But if they don't use on Neymar, then they will. Zach says, when does Miami move into their new stadium? 2026. 2026. Acelino says Busquets. Yeah, I mean that was a great steal from Busquets. Juan says, "Where's my Fafa sub? I won't want the third goal. Allende telegraphed that so much. He's terrible. He's so bad." Kevin says, "Why is Allende trash? Because he's garbage. He's bad. He's really really bad. Like really bad. Oh God, God, Busquets is so slow. Nice tackle by Lujan. Great tackle by Lujan. You think we will be? Do you think soccer will be more popular than baseball by 2030? Probably not, but it's gonna be closer. I think it'd be more popular than hockey by 2030. It could be more popular than hockey. Oh, let's see what happens. Oh, nice pass. Oh, Allende scores! Tadio Allende. Finally, hey, he's alive. He's good. He actually did something. Tadio Allende. He has a pulse. Inter Miami 3-1. Inter Miami's probably gonna win this game. They're probably gonna advance. Wow. Allende desperately needed that. 3-1 Inter Miami over Pumas. He's onside too. What a pass from Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez is an elite playmaker, but he's just so he can't score goals for penalties. But hey, listen, it's too early to do this. We'll talk about it in the post game. But I feel like if we're being fair, Luis Suarez has to be the player of the game. He has to be the player of the game. I mean, he's got two assists and a goal. Luis Suarez has to be the player of the match so far. He has to be. Two goals, or excuse me, two assists and one goal. He's got three goal contributions tonight. Has to be the player of the match. Yeah, Pumas is screwed. Yep, Inter Miami will advance officially if they can win this game. They will advance officially. Allende is stepping up. Allende is having a much better game. Guys, we have 20 minutes left of this game. We're at 46 likes. Let's try to get to 50. Only 4 away. Smash the like button if you haven't already. and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 9K by the end of this month. We've already almost hit 8,600. 8,600. It's incredible to think considering we were just at 8,000 a couple days ago, but we've been blowing up with all the Sun news. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We have a post game after this match for Inter Miami versus Pumas. You won't want to miss that in any of my other videos and live streams. Inter Miami is just cooking now. They're just messing around. Let's see what happens. Oh, they do. They look like a completely different team in the second half. Completely different team. They finally woken up. They finally woken up. Oh my god, what an exciting game. Mister says we all said Suarez needed to show up tonight. He did. He did. La Tortuga, man of the match. He is. He is. Begrudgingly agree. Kevin says, man, the thing is, we love Suarez, but he's old. Now he can't run, and he's only scored one goal in the last 6 games or so. So I guess the striker. Yeah, I mean, he showed up tonight. Oh, that was close. SPH Allende should have always been a central forward. I agree. He should have been a or center forward. He should have always been a striker. 8 watchers ran already. Man of the match, man of Tortuga Magic. Luis. He's had a good game tonight. He's had a really good game. 3 goal contributions. Goal to Rodrigo to Paul, his penalty, and then to Tadio Yande. He's had a really good game tonight. Princess Allende's role has to be a 9. Suarez is a false 9 playmaker. I think that probably would be best for this team. Suarez was playing more like a number 10. I think he's better that way. I think he's better. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see. They La Tortuga. Let's see what happens. Oh, oh my God, he's so bad. How did he not finish that? Holy, what is he doing? Suarez could have had his third assist tonight. Suarez could have had his third assist tonight. He could have had his third assist. What the hell was Sadio Yende doing right there? He should have shot it left. He should have shot it left. He tried to beat the keeper. He got greedy. He got way too greedy and tried to beat the keeper. He should have shot that left. I mean, he just absolutely robbed Luis Suarez of an assist right there. He just robbed him of an assist. He did. He did. Juan says Allende's touch is insane. Suarez should have shot earlier. Keeper was way out. I mean, I was okay with him passing. He just tried to beat the keeper to just shooting it left. He tried to dribble around him. Ace says Bright versus Karaskia is a great matchup. It is. It's been very exciting. Cringe says for every good, Hyundai has 2 bad. Sadly, it's true. Should have been a goal right there, though. Should have been a goal. Should have scored that. I think Miami might have one more in them. I think they might. I think they might. Fafa Pico coming on. Noah Allen's coming on. These are good substitutions. Good substitutions for Javier Mascherano and Inter Miami. Time to sub Mascherano. How mad are you at Allende? I mean, he's bad and consistently bad. Andy says, "I'm here to watch Portland later." Well, we're only doing one watch on tonight. I don't have 2 in me. I might do that though when the quarterfinals happens. I might start doing 2 a day. I'll try to. I mean, it's 5 hours. I'll see what I can do though. Juan says, "Bright is such a beast. The better he gets on offense, the higher change you'll see. Higher change you'll see him in Europe." I think he meant chance. Within 3 years, I think he's in Europe. I would agree with that. I think he'll be there probably sooner than that. There's the Fafa sub, a little late for my liking, but I'll take it. Prince says, "The game is opening up. They need to leave Bright on the field." Ether says, "I predicted 3-1 with a Suarez goal. What do I win?" You have this uncanny ability to be able to predict the future. Maybe you'll hit your next parlay. Ace Lino says, "Let's park the bus now." Andy says, "I love the new format, but tell MLS to stop comparing wins. Just use the total points." UNG says, "Just imagine if we have Neymar as a winger instead of Allende." Eric says, "You should do Champions League streams." Champions League, like you talking about UEFA Champions League? Champions Cup streams. Yeah, I do Champions Cup streams. Only losers bet on sports. I don't personally bet on sports, but you know, to each is their own. That's a terrible, terrible set piece by default. The Bulls set pieces have been pretty atrocious tonight, if we're being honest. They've been pretty bad. They've been pretty bad. Oh, that was a nice tackle by Suarez, or Busquets. They weren't able to get on the end of it. Getting the tweet ready for this game. We got a little bit over 11 minutes left, plus added time. UNG says Neymar will score a ton of goals with these passes. Saren says, "Apologies, chat. I'm new here and didn't notice he's reading the chat. I should have been responsible. Sorry, people." Ethan says, "Boo." I'm assuming he's upset about Inter Miami winning. Ooh. Ethan says, "The Spanish channels are actually showing the game. GG." Mr. says, "Last 10 Pumas will try to throw the kitchen sink at Inter Miami." Well, it looks like they are already. It looks like Inter Miami's kinda taking their foot off the gas a little bit, which is not necessarily good because if Pumas pulls one back, anything can happen. Juan says 10 minutes to hold on and look for Fafa counter. Well, we got a little less than 10 minutes. Inter Miami's up 3-1 over Pumas. If they win, they're in. They will advance to the next round of the League's Cup. And Messi should be back. Messi should be back for the quarterfinals of League's Cup, which will take place, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know specifically which day Inter Miami is going to play, but I think League's Cup will start back up August 16th, which is a little dumb to kill momentum like that. Oh, what a pass to Suarez from. Oh, that was a nice pass from Jordi Alba to Suarez, but oh, bad giveaway. Suarez? Oh, Suarez is trying to go for that brace and the 2 assists. He's trying to have 4 goal contributions. Evan says, "You have a great voice. You should give commentary a shot." I appreciate that. I disagree about me having a great voice, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of my voice, but I do appreciate the nice words. Yeah, Busquets has actually had a really good second half. Oh, what a whiff by Vitti. Thinking Miami's going to do it. Uh-oh. El Caracol is coming in. El Caracol is coming in. Looks like he's coming in for Luis Suarez, the man of the match. Kramaski is our striker. They probably got Allende up top. Or I think they're actually just like parking the bus, honestly. Juan says this is the only time I like a Redondo sub. Give Busquets a breather. Yeah, he's had a hell of a game. He's had a hell of a game. I think collectively the whole team has played better in the second half. The whole team's played better in the second half. Juan says 3-1. All the old guys should come out. Yeah, I think they have, let's see, they subbed out Cello in the first at the beginning of the second half. They subbed out Suarez. They subbed out um nope, Tomaski, El Caracol. How did he not score that? Kromaski, listen, Kromaski's ass. He's terrible. Let's be honest here. He's terrible. He's terrible. And he's so slow. He is so bad. How did he not score that? He's so bad. He's ass. El Caracol, the snail. Anyway, that's really bad. It's really bad. Rando says, not surprised he ain't scoring if there was a nobody on goal. Why did Suarez get a yellow? I think he got a yellow for that hat celebration. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't, I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't realize he did get a yellow. So as of now, if Inter Miami win this, and it's subject to change, right? Um, they would be the first place team in the League's Cup. But they, like I said, they've guaranteed that they are going to advance. They've guaranteed they're going to advance. Juan says, imagine if these guys could shoot. No wonder Suarez and Messi are mad anytime anyone else shoots. pass, no Allen. Maybe a little too hard, a little too far for Rodrigo to fall. You know, it says, "I hope Gramaski scores a goal and redeems himself like Allende." It's probably not going to happen. Probably not gonna happen. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Inter Miami is up 3 to nil or 3-1 over Pumas and will likely advance to the quarterfinals of the Leagues Cup. Eric keeps saying one more goal. I just don't think they have it in them. Maybe they do, but I just don't see it. Maybe, ooh, I think Fafa was fouled there. I think Fafa was fouled there, but Mr. Mister says Miami is just playing to see the game out now. They are. They are for sure. We got a little bit less than 3 minutes. Jack says where to watch the live for free. Well, it's over now. I mean, there's like a little bit less than 3 minutes left. It's 3-1 3-1 Miami over Pumas. It's a little too late for that. Kevin says, dude, how is the quarterfinals taken by draw? So I just know the quarterfinals is going to be it's going to be seeded. The top 4 teams from each league based on performances in this tournament, and then fourth or first in Liga MX will play fourth in MLS. First in MLS will play fourth in Liga MX, and then second and third of Liga MX. Second in Liga MX will play third in MLS, and second in MLS will play third in Liga MX. Rodrigo de Paul is coming off. Looks like probably is Redondo coming in for him. Yeah, honestly, I think this is Redondo's coming in. I actually think this is probably. I know he scored a goal, but I actually think this is probably Rodrigo de Paul's worst game of the 3 for Inter Miami. Like, I think this is the worst of the 3 matches for Inter Miami that he's played. Juan says, "Love seeing Frey back and Bright playing well. This team is dangerous when healthy." I agree with that. Cosmic Jojo says 5-1 if the other 2 guys didn't suck ass. Well, guess what? They do suck ass. They're terrible. Mr. Mister says DePaul looks exhausted coming off. I mean, he has played 3 games of 90 minutes almost in the last week. So I'm not really that surprised by it, but he's played a really good game. Played a really good game. Well, really good previous 2 games. Not as much this game. Didn't I tell you never doubt Miami? Hey, Miami's been very lucky this tournament. They've been very lucky. Lucky's not a bad thing. Evan says, "Oh, nice. Thanks for clarifying it." Yeah, no problem. All right. We're under 20 seconds plus added time. We'll see how much added time they put on for Pumas. We'll see how much time they put on the clock for Pumas. Michael says Suarez and DePaul are cooking. 3 minutes of added time? Really? 3 minutes of added time. Eric says Miami still had work to do with signings. Yeah, they do. They still have a lot of work to do. This is all the additions they make, minus the Bartra rumored center back If that's the only additions they make is Rodrigo to Paul and Bartra, they're in trouble. They're in deep trouble, like big, big trouble, actually. A little bit less than 2 minutes. Out of time. Just think Pumas are cooked. What was the name of that one striker that played uh, for okay, never mind. He plays for Monterey. 80 seconds left. A little over a minute. Great performance by Inter Miami. Great comeback. Great comeback for Inter Miami to persevere and come back and win this match after being down 1-0 and the attack looking absolutely flat. Very impressive comeback for Inter Miami. Very impressive. Kevin says if Messi was here, he would have won by we would have won by a greater margin. I mean, there's a chance that they probably would have because a couple of guys would have been able to play in their natural position. But hey, a win's a win. Win is a win. 3-1. And look, Messi will be back. Messi will be back for the quarterfinals. That's all that matters. Abhishek says with Messi, this would have been 5-0 or 5-1. Yeah, I mean, it could have been. It's never really about Messi. It's about the guys around him if they're going to show up. All right, Inter Miami win 3-1. They advanced to the quarterfinals of Leagues Cup after beating Pumas. Impressive win without Messi, guys. Impressive win without Messi. They were able to take care of business, do what they needed to do. Final time, they advanced. They will play, I think, Suarez last time I checked, but that's subject to change with the seeding. Inter Miami could be as high as number one. And I think they'll be probably as low as the third seed at this point. So appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream watch along. As always, we're going to be taking a break because there won't be Leagues Cup for a couple days. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give it a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Help us reach 9,000 subscribers before the end of the month. But also, be on the lookout for the post-game recap, which will be out in the next probably about 20 to 30 minutes. Be on the lookout for the post-game recap of Inter Miami and Pumas. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Guys, I hope you have a great night. Until next time, we'll see you all soon.